Hello, everyone, and welcome to our 35th anniversary past president interview with Michelle Venezia. Did I say that correctly, Michelle?
You did.
Yay! I got points right off the top. Michelle was our past president for our PMI Rochester chapter from 2016 to 2018. And so we're going to jump right into it. We've done a few of these interviews already with a few different folks. And Michelle, what a pleasure to have your time today. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
One of the first questions that we had for you was, how did you get started in project management? How did you happen to fall into this career path?
Right, because we all fall into it, right?
Some of us trip over it.
So I was working at Lockheed Martin in Syracuse as a manufacturing engineer. My background's engineering. I have a degree in industrial engineering. And I worked on the airborne radar production line, airborne radar systems.
Wow.
And my manager came up to me and asked if I'd ever considered being what was called a manufacturing program manager. And this role essentially is involved in directly overseeing all of the manufacturing aspects of a radar program. I agreed to give it a try, and I really loved it. And from there, I ended up moving into proposal work on new project proposals, moved into business development for a while. And when we captured one of the programs in Asia that we were working on a proposal for, I was able to become the program manager for that overall program. And I haven't looked back since then, and I love it.
What is it that first captured you? What aspect of that? Going from a very technical career field to more of a strategic type of career field. What was it about that captured your heart and said, okay, this is a fit?
So it's exactly what you said is what I loved about it. I loved the ability to work with a customer or work with a stakeholder, have them describe their vision, and be the person, the team, to turn that vision or that strategy into a reality.
Yes. So you see the fruits of your labors, not one little part of that, but the whole
Exactly.
product.
Rather than being one piece, you get to build an overall program project to execute that vision.
Absolutely. So program manager at Lockheed, where did you go from there?
So from there, when my son was born, so I have two children, when my second child was born, we realized having two full-time careers was too much.
Right.
So that's when we decided to move back to Rochester. That was in 2012. And my first role in Rochester was at Carestream Health as a senior project manager. And then I ended up moving into more PMO, portfolio management, and started up a PMO there. And since then, been in a few different places in Rochester. Was at Xerox for a while as a PMO lead at Xerox for the security and infrastructure space. And since 2018, I've been at University of Rochester Medical Center as the director of the project portfolio office.
Okay. So that's the other thing that you're talking through is through that career path, you've hit many different industries.
I have, and I've been very fortunate. I started out in product development at Lockheed Martin, and I love product development. That's why I went to Carestream. However, I knew that I wanted to stay in Rochester, and Rochester is an IT town. A lot of the project management positions in Rochester are in IT, which is what led me to Xerox and now ultimately in my role at University of Rochester. And the great thing about that role is it's IT, but it also gives me the aspect that I love of being hands-on in healthcare and being able to see the benefit again of people's vision, having that turned into a reality to help impact our patients in healthcare.
Yeah, absolutely. So you've gone from engineering, product development at Lockheed and working with our international clients through business development and program management, and then to Carestream for their products, and then over to Xerox.
Correct.
Where you talked about security and infrastructure and now healthcare. And I think that's one of the things that we want to share with our members and our members who who are considering project management as a career is the diversity that is allowed or afforded to you because of this career choice is tremendous.
Absolutely. And if you think about it, not only diversity in industries and people that I've met, I've traveled the world when I worked at Lockheed Martin, running programs in Asia and in Europe. Again, at Carestream, I was involved working with vendors internationally and got to travel quite a bit. And now that I have a young family, I'm working in healthcare locally and I'm able to adjust my schedule and stay local. So there's just so much diversity in what you can do depending on your stage in life and your interests, that it's just an amazing career choice.
Yes, and it's the underpinning of how of what companies need to get their their services, their products, the results out to their customers in whichever way that they do that.
Right.
And you offering that. Okay, so talk about service, products, and results. You've given us a gift with being a president at PMI. Tell us about your journey through PMI Rochester and how did that start?
Sure. So, as I said, I moved back to Rochester in 2012,
Mm-hmm.
and I had been gone for quite a while. So, I was looking for an opportunity to get to know like minded people and to connect, which led me to PMI and to PMI Rochester. I
Right.
started out as the social media manager in
Oh,
2013 for the chapter,
okay.
and it took maybe a few months before an opening came on a board and on the board. And as is typical with, I think, many volunteer roles, I quickly got pulled into more and more responsibilities and was
Yeah,
asked to become a member of the board in 2013.
that's not surprising. Once you join, I'm learning firsthand that once you join, you're in.
You get hooked. Yep, you
Yeah.
quickly get sucked in.
Not only does your heart get hooked in, but the folks that we meet and that we work with and that we talk to, they hook us in, and it's a wonderful organization.
It really
Yeah.
is a
Well, you helped make
lot of
it that
heart.
way. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about um, so your first role at the chapter was as a social media manager. You started as a member in 2012. Let me
Right.
get back here. Okay, and what made you decide to go to social media management?
It happened to be a volunteer role that had an opening. So I reached out. I looked to see what was posted on the website, and that was one of the only openings at the time to
You're like, I'll take
volunteer.
it.
So I said, I'll take it, I'll get involved.
What kind of fun stuff did you do as a social media manager?
So it was right before PDD. So
Okay.
we were creating blog postings for the upcoming PDD and content on PDD. And also it was when we were first starting to get into social media.
Yes.
So starting to get the Facebook presence going and LinkedIn presence going for the
Okay.
chapter.
Because social media in 2013 it hadn't exploded to what it is today, 6
Right.
years later. So it's just getting our feet wet in that. Okay. So you started our initial Facebook page?
Yeah, well, there was a Facebook page, but it was not very active. So we started trying to breathe some life into it and getting it more active and
Gotcha.
trying to get members engaged.
Yes, member engagement. It seems to be the ongoing strategic goal for every. It's been the theme through every.
It always is. Yes, yes. I mean, that's why the chapter is there, is to serve our members.